Hey everybody. I really don't have a planned thing to say right now because I didn't expect for it to work because I've been shadow banned, and anytime I tried to go live and try to record anything, it always says an error or something. So they were blocking me from being able to record anything. And what I did record, I posted some videos that I was working on, but just a little update about what's been going on. I am doing a series called According to Me, and each series According to Me is going to be on a topic. It may be one episode in that series, or maybe 100 episodes in that series. It's not sure how long they take because it's all according to me. Whenever I'm done saying what's on my mind, then that'll be the end of that series. Well, this series is spiritual warfare, according to me, which I call it demonic assault. And I outline my whole experience about what had experienced throughout when I first realized I was being gang stalked, which is spiritual warfare, designed by the religious communities, orchestrated, produced solely by the religious community of every religion. On one of my episodes, I said I know why wise men can't speak or don't speak. And it's because of, the spiritual warfare and not wanting to be noticed again by the religious community to be gang stalked in that way, because it's a violent event that human beings launch on each other. I did not believe that I would ever have to go through spiritual warfare. I don't believe everybody do go through spiritual warfare in the fashion, or they're not chosen to go through the spiritual warfare that the churches choose. Now, spiritual warfare, you're going to have challenges in life for you to show and make a defense for the hope in you. Convince yourself and convince others what you are and who you are. Reaffirming. Spiritual warfare is a part of our development. The natural kind. Not the kind that is orchestrated by the religious communities, which is titled under gang stalking. The people in the religious community pick and choose who they want to attack. And I likened it to the request that Satan made to God. He challenged God with Job. God had to remove his protection in order for Satan to launch his attacks to him, because nothing in Job's life would warrant him reaping such a harsh, tragic experience. So energetically and scientifically, it just could not be possible. Or spiritually. According to all the laws, a natural assault on Job would not be possible. That's why the devil had to go to God. And so I challenge the religious community who take the side of the devil and play the role of the devil by launching demonic attacks toward their congregation members to put them under some spiritual trial. There's nowhere in the Bible, nowhere in the recorded history, doctrines of any religion, any form of worship that God required another human being to test out his subjects, his sheep. He never did it. Yet, somewhere in their minds, they felt that they have this right to be able to put under trial their sheep. Well, they've singled it out and made it lost sheep, the inactive members of their congregation, making them targeted individuals to be toyed with, to be exploited sexually, to be betted on by the gaming community. Now, it may not always be just the lost sheep, when, they get into their feelings and they may be jealous of another minister or another brother in their congregation, or they just want to do some fuckery because they enjoy it. They may do it for that reason too, because that's the way the religious community is. They're sadistic. But I wonder, it's only natural. Of all the things we've ever instilled in our habits and our behaviors about how we raise our children, that rite of passage, puberty, marriage, menopause, having babies, as a culture, as a race, as a human race, we prepare those we love for these events, so that they're not shocking, they're not weird. It's scary. And let them know all the different things, even, with menopause, growing old, the elderly, they talk to us about all their aches and pains and what we should appreciate right now. And before you lose it. So, why don't we discuss with our children? Even, because they're going to be an adult when they have to go through this experience. Why don't we discuss with our children what spiritual warfare is like, should they find themselves in that position? Now, if you haven't been through it, then no, you can't explain it. But all those who have, which there are plenty, why not talk about it? Why it's such a stigma? Why? Because the religious community say, oh, you should be so ashamed because you did something wrong. Didn't that sound like the people in Job's day? You must have did something so wrong that you are being treated this way. No, you did something so right that even they want to pay attention to you. They want to challenge your spiritual stamina. They want to challenge your spiritual knowledge. They want to put you away so that you do not share what you know, because they refuse to do what they were anointed to do, which is to impart new divine knowledge. And if you end up with that new divine knowledge, because God's going to get his knowledge out there no matter what, then they try to kill you. Put you on the target list. Anybody in government willing to deny what I just said? Anybody? The church are the biggest liars. So, yeah, they find all kind of weird reasons to explain the lies they tell. Justify them in the name of God. But God said, oh, no. I keep making my stand and I keep making my statements. There is nothing the churches are doing that I give my approval to. I have removed my Holy Spirit from every religion on earth. Because in a little while, when the governments and the world leaders decide they want to take action against the churches for breaking their constitutional agreement separation between church and state, by delving into spiritism, energy manipulation, voodoo and woodoo and hoodoo and all those Santa Maria and all that shit. They've been practicing. They've been breaking their constitutional agreement to never do it. My segment, Spiritual Warfare According to Me, is going to be for my children and anyone else's children, because I believe they should know. They're very gifted, spiritually gifted. They're in my royal bloodline. They're going to be a target when they get older. So they need to know what to expect. Why are the behaviors that you see? How to know when you are being spiritually, demonically attacked by so-called Christians. So-called. So that's pretty what I just want to say. I'm glad to see that I can go live. I'm so glad I can go live. Because, I like to be as now. And, nothing being propaganda, nothing being fluffed. And, all the lies that everybody tell on me. You get to see it as it is. However I am that day, that's how I am. I may be cussing and fussing up a storm one day and holy rolling the next. But it don't mean that ain't me. It just means that's who I am at the moment and how I'm feeling. I'm a limitless being, becoming whatever the fuck I want to become. And I have that free will. God said so. I say so. All of heaven say so. Big brother in the universe say so. So, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Just watch. You could do it too. Maybe we'll hold some classes after I arrive to whatever I'm going to become and settle into that manifestation of whatever it is. I don't see why everybody don't want to do it. It's such a world of people talking about how they don't have, self-love, and they don't know their purpose, don't know what they're doing. They're just here, they're just kind of hanging out, just willy-nilly. But if you just for once decide, hey, you know what? I'm just going to reinvent this bitch. I'm not going to stay like this. I may not know, but I guess if I just had to know, what would I do? Start doing that shit. That's all it is. And fuck everybody else who's trying to tell you, oh, you're not supposed to, you're not fitting into the scheme of things, or you're not this and you're not that. Well, thank God I'm not. Because I will never be anything fixed. I mean, I'm a process of creation. I won't stop creating me. And as long as I have the breath of life in me and the ability to do so, I'll become all the things I ever wanted to become, even if they conflict with each other from who I became last time. I said, well, maybe I just want to try to be this, that, over there next time. It's my life. It is the one that I have to stand before whatever superior being. Can be God. And be accountable for it. It's the one that in the recorded history of the heavens, because everybody's life is recorded. I don't want to be in the miscellaneous pile. I want to be in the, maybe not front news all the time, because, that's a bunch of, bullshit, because you got people fucking with you. I just want to be in relevant news. I want to be relevant. I think everybody should be relevant. But you let these mankind motherfuckers keep instilling this bullshit into your matrix mind. You're just a peg in the car in the game of life. That's all you are. Not me. Not gonna be. This is my first on this page. I've done my YouTube. Some. I've done some on my other channel, but they won't let me go live on that channel either. So, makes you wonder. I'm just a little old me, documenting my experience. Don't nobody have to believe me. Don't nobody have to listen to me. Why the fuck are y'all trying to block me so bad? Why? I mean, you don't want nobody to know about you killing your children, your family members for life insurance. Sex trafficking them. And mind you, people, sex trafficking, according to the government, don't mean that you got to be always kidnapped, taken, and put in some trap house. When they put those ghost cameras up in your house and in your rooms and on your clothing and on your in your phones and things like that, that is sex trafficking. When they're harnessing your energy for people to jack off on, people to do all kind of vile shit to you, try to cast demons on you, because they mad because you ain't got no demons and they do. Keep your demons over there. They not gonna stick to me. They can't handle my atmosphere. Can't handle it. So, for the purpose of sex trafficking and taking the organs of people they consider useless and are not worthy of their own organs because of whatever they're doing in life. How does this work? Church community, religious community, of every religion in the world, explain to me how you will not be accountable to the murders, to the sexual perversion, to the violation and pedophilia that you do. All of you, every single last one of you who are in this gang stalking community, every single last one of you are a pedophile, are a murderer. You cannot tell me that you are not. I don't care if you took the knife and didn't slash that child's throat, but you are of the brother who did. You are part of the community who murders, sex traffic, pedophile. You're perverted. Every last one of you. Why do you think God has taken his Holy Spirit from you? There's no way that uncleanliness thing that you do can God be associated with you. You have not only brought reproach on his name, you have defamed him. You have blasphemed him. To the point people are like, is there a God? Because he's allowed you to do such perverted things to people. But at the end of the day, there's no way you're going to get away from this story. You're not going to be able to detach yourself. Because if you are gang stalking, it is irrefutable, under the authority of family and church, regulated by the military. That is not a lie. There is no other government that regulates or has the authority over gang stalking. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what all kind of shit y'all try to bring up. At the end of the day, gang stalking is under the authority of family and church, regulated by the military. There is no other way. That's all it is. Now, you can have all kind of offshoots, some fags over there doing this and some gamers over here doing that. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. Whoever gave you the pawns to play with came from the church and the family. At the end of the day, it's going to take you back to the family. No matter how you put this. So I don't want to hear about no other ways that it can be gangster. Yeah. But your targets come from the church and the family. That's all there is to it. They cannot get on a permit to be gang stalked if they are not a registered member of a church. Point blank, period. There is no other way. They can't get a permit to gang stalk for a cycle. They can't go to the military courts and file a grievance why they should be able to gang stalk that sheep if their name is not registered with a church. Point blank, period. So, and if you are a church community, all of you elders and pastors and priests and rabbis and fathers who participate in as a religious community in this heinous crime against humanity, you are a murderer. You are a rapist. You are a sex perverted piece of shit. You're a pedophile. You are the company that you keep. There's no other way to put it. And don't it say? Bad association spoils useful habits. And since you faggots like to be sucking on babies' dicks and killing them, torturing them, and you bring in your other elders in and you demonize them so that they can do it too, and then you think you're supposed to have the Holy Spirit? You really do? You sit up in front of your congregation thinking you got the Holy Spirit? You do not. You have your daddy's spirit, the devil. That's whose spirit you getting high off of. Because ain't no holy in your congregations. Not a single church on earth. And that's why he said, get out of her, my people. Come out, or you suffer the same fate as she. It's going to happen. Every prophecy has all been fulfilled, but that's the fall of Babylon the Great. And every religion on earth is Babylon the Great. Because you're not teaching the truth. The truth has gotten brighter, and you have refrained from sharing that with the world. So you are false. Poor things. My next video, whether it be live or recorded, now that they realize I probably got on, they probably gonna try to block me again. If y'all spent this much time on your own platforms and did your own shit, you be really, really successful. I mean, I don't consider what I'm doing something so monumental to you, other than stopping you from the ability to be able to whack off the way you want to, or the secrecy of being able to, invade the privacy of another person because you like to voyeur cam them with your ghost cameras, your spirit attachments. And the world is going to know too, because I'm going to take more pictures of them. I'm going to expose every last one of every public place I go. If I see them in a place that is not authorized legally by law, which is supposed to be not in a bathroom, not in a toilet, so you can look up somebody's ass, every place I go, I'm going to expose you with a hidden camera detector that is recognizable by the court of law as being trustworthy. So I suspect you definitely need to start cleaning up your shit. You better get your cleaners in there and start cleaning up those areas that are violating the public's privacy. Not public. You don't have a right to privacy in most places. If you use a public facility and you use their services, you give up a lot of your fucking rights. But the government do afford you bedrooms and bathrooms, your privacy. I've been in hotels, high-end hotels, where I'm seeing the cameras in the showers, in the toilets, and in the bedrooms. Not good. If it's okay, then you shouldn't have to worry. You shouldn't be trying to kill me. You shouldn't be trying to take my life. You shouldn't be trying to shut me the fuck up. You shouldn't be trying to censor me. You shouldn't be shadow banning me. You shouldn't be doing that. You just chuck me into all the crazy motherfuckers that come before me. Just chuck me up in there if I'm not telling the truth. But I'm that bitch is going to not only tell you the truth, but I'm going to give you the physical evidence of it. And maybe that's why y'all scared. But if it's okay what you're doing, if it's no big deal what you're doing, then you shouldn't be worried. Why you want to kill me? I'm just one person. And I ain't got that big of a voice. I ain't got that many followers. I don't know why you fucking with me. Leave me alone. Grow up. Grow up. Get a life. Leave mine alone. Because it don't belong to you. And you have no right over it. And you have no authority over it. And you cannot rule me. I am a human being. I'm not a mankind motherfucker like you. I'm all human. And I got the rights. The human rights. I don't give a fuck what you got. Don't have or what you can control. But I'm not one of them. Get it straight. I'm going to tell my story as long as the Lord above allows me to tell it. In every detail. I don't care who I embarrass, whether it's a brother, a sister, a mother, a father. I'm going to embarrass all of you. I'm not going to hold anything back. Because you guys sit and live in this delusion and want to try to cover everything up with all your little costumes and makeup and jewelry and bullshit and fuckery and acting like you somebody that you're not. I'm going to tell my truth. You shouldn't have did it if you didn't want to be embarrassed by it. You can't embarrass me by my truth. Ain't nothing I did that I'm embarrassed about. I slay it. Tell everybody all my truth. I ain't got a problem with it. I weigh that cost way before I do it. Is it worth it? And I handle the worst possible consequences if I do it? You know, so I feel like I can. I do it. And at the worst possible outcome, I've already paid the price and the penalty for it way before I even have to pay for it. And I got no problem with it and no shame about it. Because you know what? I'm a human being. Not perfect. Life experience. It's what a human being is supposed to have. And that's what I'm doing. Experiencing life. And if I fumble in some area, let's talk about it. What did I learn from it? There's a lot of experiences that I don't want to go through because I see the effects of other people, like my family, being liars, stealing people's inheritance, trying to kill their children, their cousin, their sister, their daughters. No, I don't want that experience. It's not mine to have. But you guys choose it. I have no problem exposing what you do. We'll do it. And maybe in the future, if you don't want your shit spread all across the world, don't do it to me. Find somebody else. Not me. I'll be back, guys. With my first day of being homeless. I'm going to take you to where it all began. And we'll start from there. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. And be human, not mankind.